Hi, this is Kay Lowry with some technique tips about learning chords and arpeggios. So this is for the first or second year student who might have been working on these 5-finger scales. Maybe it might be that you were studying the major 5-finger scales, in which case you started on C. Or you might have studied the minor scales this year, in which case you studied the A minor scale first. In either case, these principles I'm about to show you will work, whether you're studying the major 5-finger scales or the minor 5-finger scales. So you start by putting your hands in the same position that you were when you were getting ready to play the scale. And then instead of playing those scale steps, you're going to play skips. We'll start with the left hand, finger 5, and we'll play fingers 5, 3, and 1. Then we'll switch to the right hand and play 1, 3, 5. So to get used to this, you might even practice this in the air, or you might practice it on your fall board. And so the finger numbers would be left hand, 5, 3, 1, and then a right hand, 1, 3, 5. So we'll start with the left hand, 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5. And then we're going to do what I call put the cherry on top. My left hand will come over and play a high note with a long finger, and that high note will be the same note that we started out with. So in this case, it's C. And then I'll go backwards. That's what we call the C major arpeggio. So I'll do it again and say the finger numbers. 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5, 2, 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5. Now also kind of fun is to put the damper pedal down. And so this time I'll play it with the damper pedal down, and I'll also say the letter names of the C arpeggio. C, E, G, C, E, G, C, G, E, C, G, E, C. Say that you were going to do the minor arpeggios. You would do the same thing. You would put your hand in the position of the A minor scale, and it would sound like this. So if you're at the point where you have learned all the 12 major scales or all the 12 minor scales, it would be really great for you to stop this video at this time and start practicing each key in succession around the circle of fifths or whatever order you learn them, and to go ahead and play all of the keys with an arpeggio. When you are used to that, turn the video back on and we're going to talk about chords. So now I'll talk about chords. If you have mastered this arpeggio that we just talked about, steps is to play all of those skips together. And so what a chord sounds like is this. Now it can be rather daunting to try to get your hands and the muscles to do that kind of movement. And so one of the things I suggest is if you try playing 1, 3, and 5 and it doesn't seem to work, here is a beginner step. Take finger 1 and 5 and place them down. Play a fifth, hold on to it, and then sneak in the third finger while you're holding all 3 notes. So again, that beginner step would be C and G, and sneak in the E. Or you could do the same thing with the minor key. And then you could practice the left hand. And when you are more used to that exercise, pretty soon, before you know it, you will be playing full chords and making a really big sound. And again, it's more fun to play that in all of the keys. So this is a good time to stop the video and practice all of the keys that you know with a major chord or a minor chord. And another fun thing to do is to remember with your erasers, if you have some of my animal erasers or any cute erasers at your house, is to put them on the notes where it reminds you where to play. And so here I've placed one eraser on C, one on E, one on G, and one on C. And you can either play with the erasers on, which is fun, or you can just play it an octave higher. And it's a great way to help you spot where you're going to be playing the skips. So I hope you've enjoyed these technique tips about arpeggios and chords.